friend 15 years later. See, in the same way, and the head DHS worker actually quit. Her name was Linda Nail. She quit. She threw her papers down in the courtroom and just wouldn't do any more to me. But this Christy Kazee and Kevin King and Phil Smith. So finally, I mean, I fought and then I start getting criminal charges. So they flipped the script on me. Now I'm a hysterical mother that's coming to the Capitol building. I came down here back then, you know, BB was the Attorney General, crying all over the lobby out there. We didn't have social media and stuff back in 05. And so I went to Washington, D.C. I just went everywhere that I could think of until finally I actually think I was getting through because Arkansas put out a warrant for my arrest. And they sentenced me twice. I have a federal lawsuit right now in the state of Illinois.
Sentenced you for what?
They sentenced me for a battery, which was all bogus. All this stuff was bogus. They charged me with battery, assault, terroristic, they just were bombarding me with this. And I just couldn't even swim. And I went to prison. And I went to prison because they sentenced me twice on this battery. So I was sentenced 2 times. And then I already won in the United States, 7th U.S. Court of Appeals, Hankins versus Lowe, 786F3D603. That's my case.
So you won being what, your conviction overturned?
Well, I won on the 8th Amendment, cruel and unusual and excessive bails and fines. Yes, I did. Set a case precedent. Still ongoing. Matter of fact, it's happening today in Illinois. But they sentenced me to 3 years, which I pled no contest, not knowing, because they told me I would get my kids.
Right.
Just do this. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay. Yeah, just do this and get your kids.
Just do this, you'll get your kids. So I'm like, all right, fine, no contest. At the time, I didn't understand what no contest meant, but my mind said, well, no, what contest is there?
Right.
There's all them and me.
Right.
So I pled no contest, and the next thing I knew, everything and I ended up on America's Most Wanted, and I do not advise anybody to go do this at all. It was really hard, but I went and got my son. I went and got him. They sent the judge in my case, which Kevin King got out. Judge Phil, then of course they all buddied up, the 3 of them. And Phil Smith signed my kids away. And here's what the document says, and this is what made me look like a lunatic across the entire United States. The final order was the children have been rightfully returned to their proper parents, John and Sherry Harland. I'm Amy Hankins. This is a judge's order. This is like legitimate judge's order. This is serious. So, and then sends them to Illinois, sends them out of Arkansas into a whole nother state with this paper. And as we all know, award of the court, you have to keep a case open until they're 18, close the books. Everything was closed. So I go up to Illinois. The judge thinks I'm some lunatic trying to get 2 other people's kids, you know, because that's what the paperwork in good faith, which they're never in good faith, but this was way out of good faith. And so I finally kind of proved who I was, but by that time went to D.C. and Arkansas put another warrant out for me, and they got me and they put me in prison. I got out of prison, and then they put me back in prison, and they just literally, I can't believe I'm even alive. Honest to God, I can't believe I'm alive.
I can't either. Or you're not on drugs or
something, right, anything, something nuts, which is
I know you thought about it.
I thought a lot of
This is
it.
my son and his son, Landon.
What happened to your son, though? How is he now?
Oh,
Well, they broke him. They just broke him. His coping skills, to be honest.
he now has a record. He got a record,
Yeah,
of course,
he got a record.
because that's what they do. They make you
He
want
went
to
to
do
jail.
things criminal.
Wow.
And he went to rehab because he, I guess, self-medicated to cope with. And he said, Mom, out of sight really is out of mind, is how he decided to cope with it.
Which, thank goodness for it, though. He is coping better now.
And he's recovering. He said he'll be recovering for the rest of his life. I don't understand addiction. All I can tell you is I need to drink Pepsi.
Yeah.
But I've never smoked cigarettes or nothing else. And now he is married and he has a job and he's doing great.
Bless his heart.